In this episode, where is the best place to start?
I don't know.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testicles, big bulging ball sack. Welcome everyone to episode 557 of the Daily Mother. Whoa, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast broadcast in the realm. Because when I stroke, you stroke, we all stroke. I mean, when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. Yoked like it ain't no joke. Thank you to our sponsors, Everest and K2, flexing on you. It's a Tuesday and I am fucking amped. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 557, titled Where Do You Start? But before we start on this wonderful Tuesday, let's get the question of the day out of the way. And it's from YouTube. It's from Kim SCH. And she asks, what causes sciatic nerves? How can I get rid of it? A papa, a swolio. We all have sciatic nerves. Now, the issue with sciatic nerves, and for those that are not in the know, I mean, right now, comment below. I know that a lot of you watching have issues with sciatic nerves. The sciatic nerve runs all the way down the leg. So when you have an issue, when you have an impingement, when you have pressure on the sciatic nerve, you're going to get some radiating pain that goes all the way down the leg, tingling sensation. It's going to feel like a lightning bolt. That's the difference when you know that it's not musculature or muscular, that it's nerve tissue, because it is like an electric shock and it runs down the nerve like an electrical wire. That's technically how it works. So what causes that kind of issue? That could be any number of things. It could be from a car accident where you had issues with, your lower back and it compressed a nerve in your spine, and it is causing that kind of issue, or it could be something muscular. Now, what a lot of you might not know, especially those of you that are dealing with this, pay close attention, that the piriformis muscle, that's a muscle deep inside the hip. It's one of those deep 6 external rotators of the hip. And I'm not going to go through all 6 of them. Actually, maybe I would. No, I won't. I won't bore you with that. But it's one of the deep external rotators of the hip. And it is the one most responsible for the sciatic issue, because in some people, the sciatic nerve actually runs through. Like, how I talk about going balls deep or, knowledge fisting. This is what the sciatic nerve does to that piriformis muscle. It fists the piriformis, essentially. Now, it can go through that tissue. So what that means is that if you're sitting down on your ass all the time, you're sitting down at a desk, you're sitting down in a car, you're sitting down at watching TV, this can cause overload in the sense that it just cause constant pressure, and then stiffening and hardening of that muscle, which can cause impingement on the sciatic nerve and cause that issue. So what you can do, now, of course, I'm not a medical professional in that sense, so I can't diagnose this, but what a lot of my experience has led me to guide my clients through is that you can do foam rolling and yoga. So certain stretches like the pigeon pose and some of these hip rotation exercises can relieve pressure on that nerve by loosening up the muscle. Not to mention foam rolling, which is self-myofascial release, which we talk about in my Swolenormous X educational platform and also my 90-day dash program, by using a foam roller or a tennis ball if you are, if you got balls of steel, because that hurts like a motherfucker, but you can release tissue in that area. So stay tuned for that. You can also find that in Swolenormous X, my educational platform, or here in the site. We've talked about that here in the past with foam rolling and myofascial release. So that's how I would recommend approaching it if you are medically cleared for that type of activity, dealing with your sciatic issue. So I'm sorry to hear, Kim, that you have that problem, but that is how I would go about it. So thank you so much for that question. Remember, if you have a question for Papa Swolio, drop it right now in the comments below with the hashtag AskPapaSwolio to be featured right here on the Daily Swole. And comment below right now if you're one of those people that are unfortunately suffering from sciatic nerve issue, or know someone that is, or you've cured it or fixed yours. I want to know, and obviously Kim wants to know what you did to cure that or to relieve pain. And if you want a chance, because Swolenormous X, the new educational programming masterclass lesson pack platform of Swolenormous has launched officially. I am giving away free months to Swolenormous X, to Daily Swole Club winners. So in order to be automatically entered, you need to drop a sweet comment. It's got to be sweet. It could be like, Papa Swolio, you have the best beard in the realm. And that'll catch my attention. So drop a cool comment, tag a friend. You have to tag a friend, and you have to use the hashtag Daily Swole Club. So tag a friend, hashtag Daily Swole Club, and an awesome comment always helps in order to be automatically entered to win a free month of Swolenormous X. Bam. That's the episode. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's get into it. Episode 557 on a Tuesday. Where do you start? So because Swolenormous X launched this week, the past couple days, it's been a little bit of a soft launch because I was upgrading a lot of my premium members, but now it's on blast. Everyone, you've seen my live broadcast the last couple days. Swolenormous X is here and is here to stay, and it is absolutely fucking lit. It's crushing. And I've been having a lot of people ask me in the live streams and also DMs on Instagram. I've been getting messages and comments on YouTube and also here on Facebook. A lot of inquiries about where do I start? Like, hey, Papa Swole, I've been seeing your live streams, blah, blah, blah. Where do I start? What's a good thing for me to get started? I have been out of the gym for 20 years, or I need to lose 150 pounds. Where do I start? And these are all viable concerns. And what I want to bring to the table with this episode, and what I want to bring to the table, and what I have brought to the table with Swolenormous X, is the fact that there is something for everyone. There is something for you watching, and there's also something for the other you that's watching. And the hundreds and the thousands of other people that are watching this episode, there's something for each and every one of you. But how do you find it, right? There's so much stuff. There's so many different types of shirts you can wear. There's so many different types of cars you can drive. There's so many different foods you can eat. Where do you begin with life in general? Where do you begin getting your health and fitness on point? And that comes with self-assessment. That comes with first figuring out what your goals are. And this is one of the processes, as it were, because we're gentlemen with the Daily Swole, processes. This is the approach with the 90-day dash, which is included in Swolenormous X. So those of you that are watching that have had experience with the 90-day dash, drop a couple comments below. If you agree with this statement, I think you will, being a member of the program and of Swolenormous X, that the mental approach is extremely important. And there's been a lot of great positive feedback from the other episode where I talked about the mental approach. It's the missing piece with fitness. It's what is not talked about by most of these so-called experts on the interwebs. Most people just sling supplements or sling one-off programs that serve their own needs. So how do you create content? How do you create training programs? How do you create a platform that delivers something for everyone? Well, it has to be done with everyone in mind. And that's a challenge that most people can't tackle because they don't have the wherewithal, and they just don't give a fuck. And I do give a fuck. And that's why I'm here every day for the past 2 years dropping knowledge nukes, because I know what I know. I also know what I don't know, and then I don't know what I don't know. And that's pretty much the same for everyone. But I know what I have command of, and I have command of what it takes to build muscle, what it takes to lose weight, what it takes to get it done no matter what, and whittling it down to the basic fucking root cause of the problems. And a lot of that stems from the mental. So where do you start? That question in itself can get stomped on because the answer is just that you do start. Where do you start? It doesn't fucking matter, because there is no perfect place to start. And that is the number one reason why people don't start, because they're looking for where to start. And it sounds counterintuitive, but it's absolutely fucking gold. And I want you right now to tag a friend or share this episode. I know I swear a lot. I know it's naughty words, but fucking share it. Just do it. We're all adults here. Come on. You have Netflix. They say naughty words there too. This is the kicker. This is the holy grail with getting shit done. The GSD principle, getting shit done, is that most people look for where to start rather than starting. And it sounds counterintuitive. It's like, well, what if I'm starting in the wrong place? What if I'm not starting in the right spot? Well, you might not be, but you're going to execute, do shit, and then adjust. That's the way everything is. I didn't know when I started doing the Daily Swole, I didn't know what this was going to turn into. I didn't know right now that, Swolenormous X was always my vision, but it wasn't exactly perfectly clear as it is right now because it's launched. It came into fruition, knew it. My team and I got together and we fucking launched Swolenormous X. But it wasn't there at the beginning. And you're not going to know exactly what it takes. You're not going to know everything about your body. You're not going to know everything about what you can handle physically when you start. I didn't either. You have to figure this shit out. And the way I train for hypertrophy is going to be different than the way you train for hypertrophy. It's going to be different than she trains for hypertrophy. It's going to be different for everyone. Everyone's going to have their own little nuances. Everyone's going to have their own little tweaks, their own little pros and cons, their own, yin and yang, the whole shit, whatever you want to call it. But everyone's going to have those little subtle differences that makes them unique, that makes it theirs. And you have to figure out what you want and then just fucking start doing stuff. Start doing things. You have to exercise. Good, go for a walk. You have to lose a lot of weight, then just start moving. Oh, but what program should I do? Should I start lifting weights? Just first off, get off your fucking ass and start moving. Honestly, I get it because you want to at least not hurt yourself. You want to start in the right direction if you can help it. But it's hard. It's hard to go out there and find someone that actually fucking cares. So I highly recommend, if you are looking to start with my 90-day dash program, to start with Swolenormous X, to get involved with the Swolenormous X community in order to make your first step. But after that, you're going to change. You're going to go one direction. You might want to be like, I want to get fucking yoked. I want to get yoked like Papa Swolenormous. Or I want to keep on losing weight. I want to be doing more endurance. You know what? I love the yoga that's here. I want to get really more into mobility, and I love just stretching and meditating. Cool. All those little nuances are fine. That's yours. That's what makes your life yours and your journey yours. But where do you start? And everyone starts in different places, and that is the answer right there. That is the kicker. You start. Doesn't matter where you start because everyone's going to start in a different place no matter what. Even if you start all doing the same program, you're going to start at a different starting point. So you are where you are because you are where you are. And that sounds like some philosophical mumbo jumbo, but if you break it down, it's the only thing that makes sense because it's true. You are where you are because that's where you are. So just start fucking doing stuff and then adjust along the way. You know what foods to eliminate. Stop eating shit. Start moving. Start lifting weights. You have Swolenormous X. You have Google. You have all these resources. You have all the technology in your fingertips with a cell phone that you can look up a lot of these exercises, at least get something started. You can message me, DM me, send me a message here on Facebook, but just get going. And that's really what needs to be done. You just need to start. So if you want your question featured, like Kim, talking about sciatic nerves, you have questions about anything and you want to be featured right here on the Daily Swole, make sure you ask it right now. Before we even do that, what do you think? What do you think as you're watching this? The audience, people, fam, what do you think? Drop in the comments below. What do you think about starting? What did you do when you started? That's the question of the day. What did you do when you started? What did you do to start training? Did you have a perfect program? Did you have, a whole methodology? Did you really know what your goal was? Or did you just start doing stuff and figure it out along the way? I want to know. And if you want your question featured here, just drop it below in the comments with the hashtag AskPapaSwolio. And in order to be automatically entered to win 1 entire free month, full access to Swolenormous X, drop an awesome comment, tag a friend, and use the hashtag Daily Swole Club to be automatically entered. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 557 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Sleevescast, Broadcast, Beardcast, and Gaincast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps, and sometimes we pinch our nipples too. Peace out. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose. I'll see you tomorrow on Hump Day for episode 558. Later.